morning, Swain Event crew. The new year is here and it's the 2022 East Tennessee real estate season. As I always do, I'm going to shoot straight with you. If you have a home to sell, then you need to give me a call ASAP. Inventory is low and I will get you the most money possible and more than you think trying to sell it on your own. If you are a seller that also needs to buy a home, you need to call me ASAP, as there are ways I can help you manage that situation and stay in your home until we find what you want. If you are looking to buy, you need to call me ASAP. You absolutely need someone on your side to help navigate the current waters, and you need someone that's going to do their homework and find homes that aren't on the market yet. Bottom line, you need to call me today ASAP. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897. If you are buying, selling, or considering investing in real estate this year, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols!
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, TKL, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. TKL and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suits your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Tuesday, March 29th, Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant. Live from the Low T Center studio, Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Well, Ben, we got the Final Four all set in the men's game. Arizona took the L to Houston. Houston did not make it. We got Villanova. We have Kansas. We got Duke. We got North Carolina. I think we got a pretty good Final Four. I think it's going to be a really, really good one. Any team can win. Did not get that Cinderella in the Final Four this year. Ben, good morning, sir.
Good morning. I like the Final Four. Duke, North Carolina, an all-time great matchup because it is in the Final Four. Coach K's possible final game. North Carolina already spoiled Coach K's final game in Cameron Indoor. Now will they spoil a ride off into the sunset? And also, Duke and North Carolina have never played against one another in the SEC tournament, which seems pretty ridiculous. And
NCAA.
What'd I say?
SEC.
SEC means more. In the NCAA tournament, and that's pretty remarkable because I know the odds aren't necessarily in favor of the two teams playing in the tournament because you never know how somebody is going to be seeded, but each team is in the tournament practically every year. And the fact that this will be the first time that they've matched up and it's in the Final Four, a trip to the national championship game on the line, Coach K's possible final game, UNC won in Cameron Indoor. I mean, the storylines are galore. And I think it is fantastic for college basketball that it is happening. Absolutely fantastic. And then what's the other one? Kansas and Villanova. That's a fun game as well. So I'm excited for the Final Four.
Villanova's going to be without their second leading scorer, though. And that's going to set it up for Kansas. Kansas still has not really gotten in trouble for the whole Zion stuff. They're just trucking along. Major injury to Justin Moore, who tore his Achilles. He was averaging 15 points per game for Villanova, and he's going to be out. So it's going to put a lot more pressure on everybody else. Colin Gillespie to make sure he takes care of the basketball. His assist-to-turnover ratio is pretty good. But going up against Braun there at Kansas point guard, that's going to be a good one this weekend. Christian Braun. So it's going to be Braun. So it's going to be a good one this weekend. Saturday, 6-10 for Villanova, Kansas, and then the showdown, the trilogy, the tiebreaker between North Carolina and Duke at 8:50-ish.
This is Saturday?
This is Saturday.
More importantly, Tennessee and Vanderbilt will be playing Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Definitely more important. Tennessee.
Going to smack Vanderbilt so hard, they're going to want to change their logo back.
Number one, consensus number one. Across the board. I feel like Perfect Game should get the love, though. They saw it first. But it means something when D1 baseball puts out a list and Tennessee is number one. It's the poll that most of the baseball experts go by. It's the poll that you go by, mainly, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And Tennessee is number one across the board.
Unanimous. Pretty cool. D1 baseball, perfect game, Baseball America, the USA Today coaches poll, collegiate baseball, the National College Baseball Writers Association. Everybody has Tennessee ranked number one, and that is because Tennessee baseball is the best baseball team in the country. There's no doubt about it.
No denying it.
I do think it is hilarious that every time a Tennessee team is ranked number one, they turn around and play Vanderbilt. Happens in basketball twice, and now it's happening in baseball. When was the last time Tennessee football was ranked number one? Have they been ranked number one
98?
Since 98?
05, we preseason ranked number two.
Is that the highest?
For like a week or two.
I wonder, what about in 1999 or 2000, 2001? Any of those teams you think?
01 was
preseason.
01 wasn't ranked number one.
Tennessee was number two in the preseason 99 poll.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State was number one. Let's see what 2000 looked like. In 2000, they were not number one. Nebraska was number one.
Well, it definitely wasn't 2000, but 98 was the
They were
last
number
time.
9 going into the 2000 year. Hey,
we getting there. We getting there.
The final AP poll. But I bet you when Tennessee finally does get there, it'll be after they beat Georgia in November, and then they'll turn around and play Vanderbilt. Because it seems like every time Tennessee's ranked number one, they turn around and play Vanderbilt. And there's not a ton of examples, but the Lady Vols, I don't remember the last time they were ranked number one. Somebody will have to do that research for us. But the last two times the men's team has been ranked number one, Bruce Pearl turned around and lost to Vandy, and Rick Barnes turned around and nearly lost to Vandy. Grant Williams put the team on his back.
Jordan Bowden put somebody else on their back.
Yes. had one of the best dunks I've ever seen.
I think the Lady Vols were number one in 08. I know they won a championship in 08.
Right.
But preseason wise,
and I don't think they've been number one since then.
Don't think so.
So, unfortunately, the women's basketball program has taken a step back since that. Natty. And we understand why over the last decade or so. And I don't think softball's been ranked number one. If they have been, it's been news to me. So, in my lifetime, since the football team won the Natty when I was 3 years old, since then, this is really only the third time that a Tennessee team's been ranked number one.
Enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Tennessee is playing like the best team. They are the best team. And I don't think it's going to matter what number is next to their name as you play your in-state rival this weekend in Vanderbilt. So it's going to be a good one, man. A lot of good sports this weekend. Tennessee football, it is transfer portal time. Brew McCoy, the former five-star receiver from USC, was on campus yesterday.
Mm-hmm. His visit finished yesterday. That's why we didn't have much to offer yesterday morning when asked about it. But his visit went well. Not a done deal, but trending in that direction. And he's a big old boy. He looks the part.
No, he all 6'3". That's what I was told.
Mm-hmm. He's real good looking kid or young man.
So you have him that looks to be a nice addition, not final, but looking pretty good. And here we are as we're approaching the middle of the spring practice for some schools around the country, and as the spring semester concludes, Tennessee will have their pick of players they can bring in to fill some voids. Looks like A&M had a little bit of a issue there with a departure from one of their playmakers. We'll get to that during around the SEC.
And remember, he is the one that I mentioned a couple weeks ago that was dealing with the legal issues.
Mm-hmm.
Second time he had an issue pop up with a lady friend. So he is a heck of a talent. He is a speedster, but his legal issues far more severe than the hiccup that Brew McCoy has had to deal with this spring.
100%.
But Tennessee's in it with a couple of transfers right now. Tyler Steen, the offensive tackle transfer that we mentioned, I think Tennessee needs to go get him. Move Darnell back over to right tackle. Go get Tyler Steen. Let him play left tackle. I think that is a must, quite frankly. But it also seems like it's going to be hard to pull off because we visited Alabama this past weekend, and there's some other schools there.
How the hell did he get at Vanderbilt?
I don't know.
So maybe he was coming out of high school. I mean,
maybe developed late.
Exactly. Maybe he was only good enough to go to Vanderbilt, or maybe he wanted to go to Vanderbilt because of academics. But then he balled out, developed, and boom.
Yep.
That's how these high school kids, because of the transfer portal, this is how you can treat going to a smaller school like Isaiah Nayor. Hey, you go to Wyoming, you ball out, and Wyoming can be your JUCO. So it can happen. It can happen. But, yeah, I'm with you, man. Go ahead and take care of the offensive line as quick as possible because the last thing you want is a repeat of last year. Like, Hendon Hooker was good, but he got hit a lot in the pocket. And you want to keep him clean. You want to keep him protected. You can't afford for him to get hurt. Got lucky last year. Tennessee has had a fair share of quarterbacks get injured in my lifetime. Josh Dobbs was fortunate. Well, Tennessee was fortunate. Josh Dobbs knew how to take a hit and not get himself injured. Hendon Hooker, going into the Bama game, got hurt the game before but was able to play. So, two fortunate quarterbacks there that did not get seriously injured. Got to make sure you protect him. So, I'm with you on that one, Ben.
Yeah, so let's go get him. We got Brew McCoy in the mix, Quincy Riley, the transfer from MTSU who was at Ole Miss with me this weekend. Lane Kiffin rocking a sweatshirt that says transfer to the SIP.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? He had a sweatshirt that says
when Quincy Riley
transfer to the SIP.
Yep. When Quincy Riley was taking his Ole Miss photos in the Ole Miss jerseys and taking photos with Lane Kiffin, Lane was rocking a transfer to the SIP sweatshirt.
That's like a girl walking around the mall with a T-shirt that says, "Please date me."
Yeah. You know how
desperate can you look?
Pretty desperate, apparently.
Golly, wait, I mean, you are at Ole Miss, so I get it. 865-255-03. You are at Ole Miss. I guess I understand. It's a little bit there. Golly, man.
Yeah, Ole Miss was a nice little town. It was the second time that I had been there, but the first time I had been there for an extended period of time. I went to the 2014 Tennessee Ole Miss game. My wife and I did. She was my girlfriend at the time, and it wasn't a fun football game to go to. That was when Emmanuel Mosley had to guard Laquan Treadwell, and Laquan Treadwell just did anything and everything he wanted for 60 minutes, and Tennessee lost like 34-3. And it's the game where that gif from that Tennessee fan in the stands just
drunk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that game was not fun, but I drove in just for the game and then went back to Huntsville. But I liked Oxford. I'll tell you this, it's better than Columbia, South Carolina. It felt, there was a nice little college town vibe going on. I enjoyed Oxford. cute little football stadium pop up out of nowhere.
Little stadium. That's a nice little town. You know, you be like throwing some intentional shade when you be saying that. It's a nice little town.
It was a little small college football town, and I think we can all appreciate that the small town college football vibes. See, that's the great thing about Knoxville is you kind of get a mix of everything. You have the small town college football vibes, but you also have the city vibes, and then you can go 20 minutes north, east, south, west, and get nice country vibes and secluded vibes where you're out on your own. So you get a taste of everything in Knoxville. That's what makes Knoxville so great.
Those are facts. I was ready to get back home, that's for sure. I love me some Memphis, but
I was ready to get back. Trust me. Especially when I was driving through those roads in Mississippi yesterday. Brian Hunsucker wanted to try and correct me and say that there's 4-lane highways. Not when you're driving by Red Bay. Not when you get through Tupelo. And I was on a 2-lane highway in the middle of the night in northeast Mississippi.
I don't know why you scared for. You be all right.
Because I was driving a Charger with loud music playing.
That's probably.
I might have gotten mistaken.
You be all right. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. Might get invited to one of those field parties.
You want to hear a crazy story?
Sure, I like crazy stories.
So I drove from Oxford to Huntsville Sunday night.
Okay.
From about, I think I left Oxford at like 8 o'clock, and I got to Huntsville at 11:15ish.
Okay.
And I was thinking about the stereotypes of Mississippi as I was driving through Mississippi, and as I was driving into Alabama too. Let's be honest.
I mean, it's not much difference.
No, Moulton, Alabama. Like, come on, Decatur, Alabama.
Yeah, it ain't much difference. But go ahead.
So I was thinking of those stereotypes, not because I was like nervous or scared of anything, but just like, I bet this is where all the stereotypes take place. Those were the thoughts going through my head. And then Swain, I kid you not, I had a dream that night of me driving on the same roads that I was driving on. And like I was trying to swerve through a Klan rally. I kid you not.
Oh, God.
Like there were people in the streets and people on the sidewalks, and they were all suited and booted up, masked up. And I was like, what is happening? So I thought it was interesting that I had all those thoughts and was driving. And they say what you think about, the last thing you think about before you go to bed is, if you have a dream and can remember your dream, that's what you're going to dream about. And that took place because I had a dream that I had to navigate my way driving through a Klan rally in northeast Mississippi.
Did they have those N95 masks on? That's different masks?
Different masks on.
865.
They had like hoods and points, something like that.
Yeah. You know what they look like. You see them around the corner from your house over there in Alabama.
I have never seen them in New Market.
New Market, that's right. All right, 865-255-03. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1 is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. We'll take our first break of the day. Swain Event.
If you want to be part of the show, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503.
Hello? Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over. In this day and age, the way we work is changing and evolving. Businesses still moving forward despite your work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's in an office building or at your house. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier for Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, lay out, and make recommendations. No project is too big or too small. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area or online at ofonox.com or give them a call at 865-524-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to hamptoninn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill, or call 865-693-5400. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
All right, time for Around the SEC. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Lots of SEC news to get to, so let's get to it, Ben.
Have a couple of transfers to mention. You mentioned during the opening segment that Texas A&M wide receiver Demon Demas. What a name. And he has a fifth name of late. Demon Demas has a wide receiver there at A&M. He is in the transfer portal. And for those who are not aware of who Demon Demas is, he is a young man who back on March 2nd, it was announced that he was no longer with the football team due to an alleged off-field incident. Brent Zwernerman of the Houston Chronicle indicated that he had been arrested on a charge of assault, family violence, that occurred on February 26th, according to a probable cause statement obtained by the Chronicle from the Brazos County Sheriff's Office. He had 15 catches for 235 yards and a touchdown last season, but missed the final 2 games of the year due to a leg injury that he had to undergo surgery for. So he is a heck of a talent, but can't stay out of trouble. And it's not smoking weed or anything like that. It's pretty significant trouble.
It's worse.
So I'll be curious to see where Demas ends up. And I also hate that, like, it's being worded that he entered the transfer portal. You got kicked off the team, bro.
Pretty much.
I like that sweatshirt.
Thanks, man.
Is that new?
It's Tennessee orange.
That's not new, is it?
Maybe.
It is new. Don't you have another orange sweatshirt that's similar?
Yep. It's a big Nike.
Yeah.
This is a little Nike.
For a little person. LSU's Sharif O'Neal is in the transfer portal. You want Sharif? The answer is no.
He didn't do anything at LSU.
Okay, I was just making sure you weren't caught up in your emotions and just wanting Sharif so we could get Shaq at a Tennessee game.
He's already been here in Knoxville.
How come?
He had a little boo thing here back in the day.
Back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Missouri center Jordan Wilmore is entering the portal. All of Missouri's roster seems to be in the portal after Conzo Martin was canned. SEC all-freshman guard Devin Carter from South Carolina is in the transfer portal.
Not surprising. All the players on teams where the coach got fired.
Yep. And Ty Fagan at Ole Miss, he did say that he is going to return for another season at Ole Miss and use his additional year of eligibility. He averaged 7 points last season, so that was the big news around the SEC, or some of the attrition on basketball rosters. You did have some coaching news when Mississippi State's Chris Jans, the new coach at Mississippi State from New Mexico State, is bringing an integral part from his staff at New Mexico State in James Miller. So a lot of new coaches in the SEC, a lot of roster attrition because of that, and also quite a bit of movement in terms of coaches moving around as well with the new staffs at those schools. So nothing too crazy going on in the SEC at the moment.
Well, Eric Musselman over there is putting in some work because
got 5-star.
He has brought in his 3rd McDonald's All-American in this class. 2022 5-star Anthony Black committed to Arkansas, and Eric Musselman's 6-man class includes 3 McDonald's All-Americans. Eric Musselman tweeted out a picture of him sitting at a table with some Mickey D's on the table. 3 Mickey D sandwiches. So, like some Duncanville? All right there in Texas. Oh, my goodness. If you are A&M, if you are the Longhorns, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And his final 2 was Gonzaga and Arkansas.
What are you doing?
A little weird there.
What are you doing, A&M? What are you doing, Texas? Can't let that happen. But, yeah, Arkansas is getting it done on the recruiting trail in basketball. So,
you want to hear a fun stat?
Yes, I like fun stats.
Arkansas is not doing a better job than Tennessee in SEC baseball. Tennessee baseball, the only team still undefeated in the SEC. 6-0 is Tennessee in SEC play. They have a 2-game lead on first place in the SEC East.
Man, I want to play Arkansas this year.
I do too.
It stinks that we don't play them.
That'd be a fun series. I think Arkansas is the second best team in the league. I think it's Tennessee, Arkansas, and then Vanderbilt.
That was good. That was a good one, Ben.
Tennessee, the only remaining undefeated SEC team in baseball. And they are in first place in SEC East to start the year. 6-0. Vandy 4-2.
How many coaches you think in the league despises Tony Vitello?
13 of them, and the only reason it's 14 is because Tony Vitello is the 14th.
Do you think all of them?
I don't know
feel
about
that way.
I don't know about despise, but I'm sure Tony Vitello gets on the nerves of every single coach in the SEC.
Oh man! So like before football games, you see head coaches kind of talking in midfield. Basketball games, you kind of see them talking in midcourt. Do you see the opposing baseball coaches chopping it up before games?
Not in that manner, but they chop it up when they exchange the lineup cards.
Got you.
At home plate, they meet with the umpires and exchange lineup cards.
But it's not as long as Tennessee. I mean, it's not as long as football coaches.
It depends. Usually the first game of the weekend is longer than the second and third game, just because by the time Saturday and Sunday rolls around, you've already chit-chatted. Somebody's already lost. No need to continue to chit-chat. And then they reconvene after the series is over on Sunday and do the handshake lines. Like on Friday and Saturday, Tennessee did not shake hands with Ole Miss. They don't shake hands until after the series is over. So on Sunday, after Tennessee beat Ole Miss, then they shook hands and went through the handshake line with Ole Miss.
Charger Vol says, I got my hands on tickets to the Saturday game against Bama on the 16th of next month, April. Hopefully we will be in town early enough to hit up that end before the game. Hopefully, Charger Vol.
Got to do it. That Alabama series will be pretty fun. Alabama's not a good team per se, but they can give Tennessee some headaches potentially.
All I think about is the SEC tournament last year.
Yeah, and we owe them.
It's payback. Mm-hmm.
We owe them. This is personal.
It is personal.
We're gonna spank that booty that weekend, which is 2 weekends away. But Alabama took a game away from Florida to open up SEC play last weekend, and then this past weekend against Mississippi State, they won the Sunday game, but they really should have swept Mississippi State. They blew a lead in the bottom of the ninth inning both Friday and Saturday. They led by 1 going into the bottom of the ninth on Friday, and Mississippi State walked them off. And then they led by 2 going into the game on Saturday into the bottom of the ninth inning, and Mississippi State tied it with a 2-run home run, went into extra innings, and Mississippi State walked them off. So Alabama's not necessarily like a good team. They're probably an NCAA tournament team, above average, and can create some headaches for folks like they already have. So that'll be a fun game for, you said Charger Vol?
Charger Vol.
Yeah, that'll be a sneaky good baseball game.
I want beat down. 865-255-03. That's what I want. I wanted a sweep against Ole Miss, and you saw what happened. Mr. Cleo. You call me Mr. Cleo. It happened. I want a beat down of Alabama. The umps interfere with the game in the SEC tournament. We can't let the umps get in the way this time. Leave no doubt. 865-255-03. Who do we have?
Trey from South Pittsburgh.
Trey, good morning.
Yes, Terry.
Oh,
Terry. Hey, Terry,
Yeah,
good morning.
Good morning. Hey, what you think we'll do when the two starters, the other two guys come back from pitching? You know, how do you think we'll set up with, the two young guys we got now, with Tisdale and the other guy, I can't think of his name.
Halverson?
How do you think the rotation will go when they come back?
Well,
it's going to be a problem?
Halverson was always going to be a bullpen guy. He was never going to be in the rotation. He was just going to be one of the top guys out of the bullpen. So he'll be one of the top guys coming out of the bullpen when he comes back. And the question about the rotation applies more for Tidwell. And when he comes back this weekend, he'll be out of the bullpen. And he'll be out of the bullpen for a couple of weeks, and they'll try to build him up to get back to a starting role. And at that point, I don't know what they will do, because I don't know how you tell Chase Burns, Chase Dollander, or Drew Beam that, hey, you're coming out of the rotation. And Chase Burns is not coming out of the rotation. I don't think Chase Dollander would come out of the rotation either for Blake Tidwell. I think Drew Beam would be the odd man out, and I hate that because, again, Drew Beam hasn't done anything to deserve to lose his starting role. But I also don't think it would be a bad plan at all to move Drew Beam to the bullpen and have that arm as one of your top guys late in games, and then you have Blake Tidwell starting on Sundays.
Earlier in the season, I mean the season's still early, but earlier in the season, Drew Beam was kind of expecting once some of the injured players got back that he would kind of move to the bullpen. But that was before he was pitching as well as Chase Burns.
Yes, that was before he had a perfect game going into the 7th inning against South Carolina in his first SEC start, and that was before he pitched into the 8th inning against one of the best lineups in the country on Sunday against Ole Miss. But I do think Drew Beam would be the guy that moved to the bullpen if they can get to a point where Blade is ready to start games by the end of the season. And again, I think that's a good thing. I'm not as freaked out about Camden Sewell out of the bullpen as some are. He got roughed up on Sunday. Talked about that yesterday. I do think there's some context to why that happened. He is a much better pitcher than he showed. He has a devastating slider that hitters cannot hit, and he just wasn't locating it that day. It happens in baseball. So, but I mean that's the second time this season that he's got touched up a little bit. He got touched up in the Texas game as well. But again, there's also context to that one as well. I was frustrated, if you want to say that. I questioned more why is Tony bringing in Camden 2 days after he threw 54 pitches against ETSU. I mean, Camden, in my opinion, wasn't really set up to succeed in that particular instance, and Tony Vitello himself kind of said so after the game as well. So the 2 times that he's been touched up have had some interesting circumstances around it. So I'm not as worried about Camden as others are, is what I'm saying. But with Camden maybe being a question mark, I don't think it's a bad plan at all to plan on moving Drew Beam into the bullpen and having him as one of your top arms out of the bullpen, and then moving Blake Tidwell into that Sunday role. I think that would obviously get Blade back into the rotation, and Blade was considered the best returning pitcher in the SEC this season. So you would like, in a perfect world, to get him back into that rotation. And then also you bolster your bullpen with moving Beam to one of the top roles out of the bullpen.
Thanks for the phone call there, Terry.
Terry.
Appreciate that.
In South Pittsburgh.
I know, right? Home of Rodney and Austell.
Home of Terry.
Home of Terry, that's right.
Rodney's home is in Austell.
That's right. It's Rodney's home.
Although y'all don't let me change my home, because I live in Knoxville.
No, you don't.
And I am from Knoxville.
You don't live in Knoxville.
I do live in Knoxville. I'm like 2 feet away from the Seymour sign.
No, you
but
live in
I live in Knoxville.
When you talk about leaving your house to come on campus and you refer to it as
going into town,
you ain't from Knoxville. You from Mayberry. You live in Mayberry. I gotta go into town and get some milk. Anybody need anything? I'm going into town. Now, if you don't tell me, I ain't going back now. It's going to be tomorrow before I go back into town. I ain't making 2 trips.
It's funny, though, because, like, I consider West Knoxville going into town because the mall is over there, and Cedar Bluff and
going into town.
Turkey Creek. Like, to me, that's going into town. Well, I know downtown Knoxville and campus is part of town as well. But, like, I don't go there to shop like I do other places in town.
Going into town. Anybody need anything?
That's literally what I do. Do you need anything before I come home? Because I'm not coming back out here when you ask me to come get something.
865-255-03. We'll go to the text box when we return. Stay with us.
Just because you can't call in doesn't mean that you have to sit on the sideline. Impact the show with a text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
In this day and age, the way we work is changing and evolving. Businesses still moving forward despite your work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's in an office building or at your house. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier for Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, lay out, and make recommendations. No project is too big or too small. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area, or online at ofonox.com, or give them a call at 865-524-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Made in Tennessee Business Fiber Internet from Iris Networks. Find business solutions for you at irisnetworksusa.com.
All right, it's time for Attaboy, highlighting good stories, positivity, and going back to the baseball diamond for today's Attaboy. Attaboy brought to you by Iris Networks, fiber, internet, and voice, irisnetworksusa.com. All right, Ben, give us that positivity.
Speaking of Tennessee's pitching staff, appreciate Terry from South Pittsburgh for starting the conversation. Tennessee had 2 pitchers earn SEC awards yesterday, and rightfully so after their dominating weekend. Chase Dollander was named the SEC Pitcher of the Week, and Chase Burns was named the SEC Freshman of the Week after their stellar outings in Oxford. It's the first time that Tennessee has ever had a player named SEC Pitcher of the Week and SEC Freshman of the Week in the same week. Dolander was lights out for the third straight weekend in Saturday's series-clinching win over Ole Miss, earning the win to improve to 4-0 on the season. He pitched a career-high 6.1 shutout innings while allowing just 3 hits and a walk against one of the SEC's most dangerous lineups. Dolander finished the night with 10 strikeouts, marking his 4th outing this season with double-digit punch-outs. He currently leads the SEC with 54 strikeouts and ranks 2nd nationally in strikeouts per 9 innings. He's the first Vol to win Conference Pitcher of the Week honors since Sean Hunley did so last year on March 29th, which is, funny enough, today. Today is March 29th. And by the way, quick side note, that's why Chase Dolander's not going to be pulled from the rotation. He has more potential than Drew Beam. This season, this individual season, his stuff is better than Drew's, and that's no disrespect to Drew. He's just not throwing 99-mile-an-hour fastballs in the first inning and into the 7th inning. So Chase Dolander not going to be pulled from the rotation. It would be Drew Beam if that doesn't in fact happen for Blake Tidwell. Chase Burns, on the other hand, was incredible, as we all saw on the win on Friday, silencing a sold-out crowd throughout the night in his first career SEC road start. The freshman right-hander set a new career high with 11 strikeouts and did not allow a single walk while giving up just 2 hits and 1 run in 7 innings, which was also a career high. He improved to 5-0 in the year, which is tied for the best mark in the SEC. In his 3 starts against Power 5 opponents this season, Burns is averaging 10 strikeouts per game.
Ooh, that's filthy. Let's say that right. That's filthy.
That is filthy. The Gallatin, Tennessee native took a perfect game into the 5th inning before allowing a single and had a shutout intact until giving up a solo home run in the 7th inning. He is the 2nd player to be named a Freshman of the Week this season, joining Jared Dickey, who has done it twice. So big shout out to Tennessee's Friday and Saturday night starter. And poor Drew Beam, he didn't deserve to be left out. As Evan Russell said to me following Sunday's game, Drew Beam's performance was arguably, you could make the case, better than Dolander's and Burns. Now, he didn't have the strikeouts that those 2 guys had. He only had 6 strikeouts. Only had 6 strikeouts against the best lineup in the country.
Weak.
But he also improved to 5-0. 7.1 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, no walks, just 1 run given up. He threw 90 pitches, and 61 of them were strikes. So on any other week, Drew Beam is probably
easy
SEC Pitcher of the Week or SEC Freshman of the Week. But his 2 teammates were given the honors. And Swain, this rotation of Chase Burns, Chase Dolander, Drew Beam, you and your new co-host are going to be talking about it all next year, because this is going to be the same rotation for Tennessee next year as well. These are going to be the 3 guys next year. And even the year after that, 2 years from now, it's going to be Burns and Beam again. Because
we'll just have you on the show. Talk about it.
I'm booked.
You're the expert.
I'm booked.
You're going to get unbooked.
I'm booked.
You can clear your schedule.
I'm booked. Blank.
So I just can't believe that Tennessee's going to have this threesome of starters for the next 2 years. And, oh, by the way, Blake Tidwell is going to be in the mix. Chase Burns. It's unfair. It should be illegal for Chase Burns to pitch in college as a third-year junior. That should not be allowed.
Yeah, that's not fair.
It's just simply not fair. So hopefully he can stay healthy. Because if he stays healthy, he may go win the Golden Spikes Award, which is given to the best player in college baseball every year. Heck, he may win it this year at this rate.
I was about to say, playing pretty well right now. Bulldog Brian says Ben should get an attaboy for the Lane Kiffin golf prediction. Yeah, Ben had a nice prediction, man.
I did.
I mean, you just predicted that like you are a fortune teller. That was amazing.
I am a fortune teller.
Good job, man. Good job.
Just like I can see into the future and see that I'm booked when you need me.
No, you're going to get unbooked.
I'm booked.
Biggie 89. gotta give us some information there, Biggie. We don't know names. We gonna say Miss Biggie 89? Come on, man. Come on. 82. Biggie 89. 83. Come on now, Biggie 89. Help us out here. Hour 2 coming up.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain Event.
Hey there, Swain Event fam. I've been thinking about other ways I can assist you with the real estate world. As you know, it's not just about buying, selling, and investing in new property today. It's also being a resource when you need a contractor or roofer. Or maybe you need a real estate attorney to assist with probate questions. Or maybe you have a family member in Alabama that needs a realtor to help them sell their home and get the heck out of there and back to Tennessee. All of these things and more are in my wheelhouse. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
Top 100 Barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Ben McKee, Jason Swain, hour 2 here on the program. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. Bill and Lindsay, happy anniversary. You know, I ain't gonna even try to say your last name. I will butcher it. Bill and Lindsay, happy anniversary.
Celebrating their 14th anniversary.
How about that? Scott Y, can y'all clarify the future of the Swain event? There will be a Swain event, be once a week. It'll be in the evenings. Don't know exactly what day it's going to be right now. Let's let the dust kind of settle after the new move, and then we'll let you know. But looking at once a week in the evening for the Swain event. Just won't be in the mornings anymore. Real D from the 423 says Swain flexing his new paycheck with that new orange hoodie. Stay woke. I ain't got no paycheck yet. This is all the pennies and nickels and dimes I've been saving.
We all know you got a signing bonus. We all know you got a signing bonus.
I didn't get a signing bonus.
A 6-figure signing bonus.
No. Sure did not. LC Voss has been, do you have any details on the indoor facility for baseball under the new dorms Hubs has been talking about? Mentioned a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, talked about it yesterday. I've talked about it plenty of times over the last several months. They want to get up a building, a dorm, out behind right field that serves as a player dorm and also on the ground floor, I guess, has a turf infield, an indoor turf infield, so that they can get some work in there if need be, if it's raining. So that would be a heck of a amenity to have for the baseball program, a player dorm that also helps you get better. You can train in, and it is desperately needed. Swain, this weekend at Vandy, any Tennessee fans that's there or any Tennessee fan that's watching, that they have a mini monster out there in left field, like the green monster in Fenway. I guess theirs is the black monster.
I don't like that.
But behind it is like a $7 million state-of-the-art facility.
Where do they get this money from for athletics? Thought they didn't have any money for athletics.
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you where it came from. All the former players, they pitched in and and took care of it.
Yeah, well, there it is then.
So all the former players under Corbin that have made it to the big leagues all chipped in and helped get it done.
Or it's the money that the Vanderbilt's stealing from the SEC every year.
No, that's all going to the academics. That's all going to the academics. You say, as Grant Williams misses a game-tying 3 in Toronto last night in overtime. That could have sent it to double overtime.
That tells you all need to know about Grant Williams being in that moment, you know, one of the 5 late-game moments and him even taking that shot. It tells you a lot about where Grant Williams has, how far he's come.
Yeah.
Because remember, man.
For sure.
People question if he can even play at the next level. And look at him. So, anyways, I don't want to change the subject. I just saw that. He's a VFL. I had to stop my tracks anytime a VFL was doing anything.
People probably heard me starting to slow down when I was talking because I was paying attention too. But the only other thing I was going to add on the facility front in terms of other teams, and it's practically everywhere else in the SEC other than Missouri. But even being at Ole Miss this weekend, you walk down the right field line, and right behind their right field seating is this colossal training facility that it looks like the front of Tennessee football's training facility, or I guess it would be the back of it, where you can see out onto the practice field from like the treadmills. That's what Ole Miss's baseball facility looked like. It looked like Tennessee football's training facility minus the indoor field. South Carolina, same situation last year when I went there. All these teams have state-of-the-art training facilities, and Tennessee is way behind in that department. And if they can get this done, then that would go a heck of a long way to catching up. I don't know that they'll ever catch up unless they just completely buy into the sport and pump millions of dollars into it just because of how far behind they are. But they are trying to play catch up, and tip of the hat to the administration for that. And as Brent said, they're hoping to really start that in July for when the new fiscal year takes place.
Let's go. Cam S. Nod 1997 says we're going on a hunger strike until the Swain event comes back. Oh, Cam, you gonna walk around all spandex, man. You gonna be in shape. You gonna be looking good. You gonna lose all that weight. We'll be back. We'll be back. Just not in the mornings. Ben, I mean, you can do a show in the mornings. You and Jay Wade, if you want to. Y'all are. I mean, you are more than welcome to come to the house, man. You got a key in the mornings. You know, I'll be probably going to work out, dropping the kids off at school and stuff. Starting next week, like you can come in here. You know how to work everything. Get Jay Wade up on the phone. You guys can do a show.
No.
6 to 7.
No.
7 to 8.
And it has nothing to do with Jay Wade. Jay Wade seems to be an incredible individual from the times I have interacted with him. But I'm not doing that. If you want to turn on the buttons for me and I'll zoom in, then maybe we'll take a step in that direction. But I'm good.
865-255-03. So Tennessee is the Miami Hurricane of baseball as far as equipment.
Yep.
And right now.
By the way, Cam Snod 1997 said we're going on a hunger strike until the Swain event comes back. So
I'm gonna give him the next best option.
Ben and Jay Wade from 7 to 8 isn't what he wants.
What's the next best option? DR Falls said Ben's wife saw Jay Wade's tweets and said no. That is fair. Vaughn Birmingham says it's such a weird feeling knowing my whole routine is going to change after Friday. The show has been a part of my everyday routine for years. I'm not going to know what to do on Monday. You and me both. I don't know.
I know what you're doing Monday. You'll be talking from 12 to 3. And then you know what Vaughn Birmingham's going to do on Tuesday? Before he goes into work, before he goes through his morning routine, he's gonna go to the WNML podcast feed on Apple.
And listen to the podcast.
Download the podcast and listen to the podcast in the morning as if it's his new morning routine.
I have been made aware that all the breaking news and all that stuff happens between 12 and 3. I've been made aware of that. Like, you know, we make jokes about at 10:03, I'm pretty sure there'll be breaking news and commitments and coaches are being fired and hired. I've been made aware a lot of those news drops happen between 12 and 3. So we'll see.
We'll have fun with it.
We shall see. Copes Vols just listening in. Where's the Swain event going?
Dying. Dead.
Dog, man. Just won't be in the mornings after Friday. And it's not a April Fool's joke. It's serious. It's on the 1st. I'm like, no one's going to believe it because it's on April Fool's. But Friday is the last morning show.
Ever.
Oh, man. Y'all something else. Y'all are something else. Evil says, stop sugarcoating it. Let us mourn. They're not dying, though. Ben needs Bulldog Brian to do a show with him. It'd be a great SEC collaboration.
I have a rule against doing shows with Georgia fans. Bulldog Brian.
Bulldog Brian's the coolest Bulldog.
I really enjoy Bulldog Brian. I have enjoyed Bulldog Brian's presence more on the text box the last couple of weeks. I enjoy Bulldog Brian's comments more than 70% of the Tennessee fans commenting on here.
Truth hurts, don't it? Truth hurts. Speaking of the truth,
Tennessee, but the truth will also set you free.
That is true, too. But speaking of the truth, is Tennessee in on a 5-star talent on the defensive line, Ben?
Yes.
Recruiting expert, Ben?
Yes. Yes, Tennessee is. Are you referring to the young man from Missouri that everybody was all excited about yesterday because they got a crystal ball?
Mm-hmm.
Are you referring to that young man?
I am.
Shandavian Bradley?
Mm-hmm.
I hope I said his name right. I feel like I did.
It sounds right.
Shandavian. Chandavian. Shandavian Bradley. An edge rusher from Plot City, Missouri.
I ain't never heard of that before.
Me either. 6'5", 210. Tennessee's in a good spot there. Apparently it was an Oklahoma writer who put in a crystal ball for Tennessee. And apparently has a good relationship with the family. I don't think Tennessee's aware of them coming to Tennessee or committing to Tennessee anytime soon. So I would pump the brakes on that. But Tennessee does feel like they are in a really good spot with him. So if they could pull that one off, Shandavian Bradley, and then also pull off Vic Burley, ooh, woo, we in business. Shandavian Bradley, Vic Burley, those are dudes, along with Tyree West, that you want along the defensive line in the SEC. Those are RLDs, as Mike Eckler says.
Real live dudes?
Mm-hmm. Real live dudes is what those dudes are. You talk about the beef, and if you could add a Caleb Herring off the edge next to him,
Let me put my crystal ball in for Caleb Herring.
I'm already starting to slide the pants off.
Stop, man. Golly, man. That's not a good time to do that, man.
But Bradley did say recently that Tennessee is recruiting me the hardest out of the teams I am considering. I talk to them almost every day. Some weeks I talk to them every day. Coach Eckler is my main contact there, and anytime I talk to Coach Eckler, I talk to the DC, and I always end up talking to Coach Heupel. So Tennessee in a good spot. And Vic Burley, the defensive lineman from Warner Robins, Georgia, a.k.a. the Atlanta area, right? That's North Georgia, isn't it?
I don't think it's it. I think it's a little bit. I don't think it's really like a suburb of Atlanta.
Oh no, it's not.
No, it's
closer to. It's south of Macon.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me, I'm not up to date on my Atlanta geography, but maybe this is why I need to do a show with Bulldog Brian. That way, when these things are brought up, he can be like, "No, Ben, Warner Robins is, bam, right there."
See,
already seeing the benefits. Although, again, I meant to say this a moment ago, I have a perfect radio mate for Bulldog Brian. Brad Matthews. They can both talk about their love affair for Bulldogs.
That'd be great.
But Vic Burley, the big defensive lineman, highly ranked defensive lineman from the state of Georgia, 6'5", 265. Big fan of Rodney Garner. Loves Rodney Garner. And his relationship with Rodney Garner is one of the reasons he is high on the Vols. Seems like it's a Tennessee-Clemson battle at the moment. And he's been to Tennessee a good bit. So if Tennessee could go out and land Vic Burley and Shandavian Bradley from Missouri, then those would be two big assets. And I know I'm repeating myself, but it's worth emphasizing. If they can add those two next to Caleb Herring, that is an elite haul on the recruiting trail for Tennessee in terms of front seven members.
865-255-03. We'll take a little break here in a second. What you laughing at?
After this comment, a big bad voodoo Nate says, I would want to listen to DR Vol, but then I would have to listen to him drool over Bruce Pearl.
And Lane.
And DR Vol, big bad voodoo Nate did say in parentheses, I know why he likes Pearl. because of what Pro did for Dirival and his family while his brother was battling cancer. But still, funny note there from Big Bad Voodoo Nate, which I agree with. I think like a Vol Storm, DR Vol, Andy trio would be great, but I just don't know that I could handle DR Vol just slobbering all over Bruce Pearl and Lane Kiffin constantly.
That'd be weird.
And then you got the mouth breathing Vol Storm that's breaking everybody's eardrums.
How about you tell us how you really feel this week?
I mean, Andy would have to carry that group, carry that show.
Tell us how you really feel this week.
And by the way, Andy is the real insider out of that trio. I mean, he is the recruiting insider out of that trio.
Hour 2 will continue after this.
The conversation doesn't stop when the show is over. Follow the Swain Event on Twitter and like the show on Facebook.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
I know missing the show live is a bummer, but don't fret. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Awesome!
Hour 2 is brought to you by Action 247, Tennessee's only legal sports book. Use the promo code Swain Event, 50% deposit match up to $800. That is Action 247. Give them a follow on Twitter at TNAction247. Tomorrow, Tennessee's Pro Day. Listen, man, Tennessee Pro Day used to be like a holiday, especially for the players, where you may or may not go to class. And you may or may not get in trouble for not going to class. Usually there's class checkers. Usually there are consequences for not going to class. But when it comes to Pro Day, you get a mulligan. You get a mulligan. This is the time where all your teammates are performing, living out their dreams of going to the next level. And it used to be a spectacle. And hopefully we are getting back to that. But tomorrow is Pro Day. Ben, how excited are you, man, about Pro Day?
Yeah, I don't get excited about Pro Day. Maybe I would be excited if Tennessee had a Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett, a quarterback that is throwing. I was excited about Josh Dobbs' Pro Day.
So next year you'll be excited?
Yep, I will be excited next year because Hendon Hooker will be throwing to Cedric Tillman. And, I mean, that to me, that's what makes a Pro Day exciting is if you have the flashy quarterback or the – to me, it's really just about the quarterback. Because even if it's just the receiver, I mean, it's routes on air. And I know the quarterbacks are throwing routes on air, but we know we love watching quarterbacks throw routes on air.
You can do that. You can do that every day in practice.
Yeah, but we get to watch. So, I mean, this year, I'm not excited. I mean, I'm just flat out not. I'm very intrigued to see the results.
At least you're telling the truth, Ben.
What is there to be excited about?
Good point.
Tennessee doesn't have a prospect that is just one of the top prospects in the draft. And that kind of dictates, along with a quarterback, if you're excited for a Pro Day or not. Now, I am very intrigued. Those two things are different. I may not be excited, but I am intrigued to see how Alante does. Because if I remember correctly, Alante chose not to do some things at the Combine. I don't remember which things. But it's a big day for him, so very intrigued to see how his day goes. Matthew Butler, can he continue to generate some hype around his name? He has had an awesome draft process. He has been really good this draft process. Going back to the Shrine Bowl and in Indy at the Combine, can he have another really big-time performance in the draft process tomorrow at Pro Day? I think that he will. I have a lot of confidence in Matthew Butler.
You are right when you talked about guys like Alante did some things at the Combine, did not do everything. So Pro Day is going to be a time for him to, fill those gaps. And I think one person that needs to have a really good Pro Day is Cade Mays.
Yes.
Because he did not bench probably as well as he could at the Combine. I'm trying to think about either he benched a low number or didn't bench at all. But regardless, he needs to have a better showing with his bench press, playing offensive line. So guys that did not bench at the Combine will need to bench at the Pro Day. I think Theo Jackson, this is important for him. He's a guy that we look at the production inside of the SEC last year. He was one of the most productive guys on defense in the entire league. In the entire league.
Cade did not bench.
Did not bench. So
at least according to NFL.com, there's not a number listed.
He will need to bench. But Theo Jackson should have been invited to the Combine, was not. He's going to have a great Pro Day because you get one opportunity. This is it. So You can't not run or not bench because you're going to do it at a later date. No, this is it. So he's going to have to do everything. K. Mays will need to bench a better number. Javonte Payton, how about him, Ben? He's the guy that showed off his speed, showed off his ability to make big plays in big games. He had big plays, just wasn't a lot during that one particular game. It was like 1 or 2 big plays a game. He would have 1 or 2 catches, 1 or 2 big plays, 1 catch for 1 touchdown. Who's going to be the quarterback throwing to these receivers? That's the question. Who's going to throw to Javonte Payton? Who is he going to bring in? But he will need to have a big pro day. Very big pro day. So that's going on tomorrow.
And I don't think Javonte can have the type of pro day that gets him drafted. I mean,
no.
He's going to have to get it out the mud. He's going to have to be an undrafted free agent, make some noise in camp. He'll probably have to bounce around from team to team. I would be surprised if he made a team, quite frankly. So he's going to have to bounce around on some practice squads and try to carve out a role. But the speed was on full display last year, and the NFL loves speed.
No, it was.
But can he prove that he was more than a one-trick pony? Because he had like 7 touchdowns, but only 14 catches. 14, 16 catches, something crazy like that. So he's going to have to prove that he can do more than just catch a deep ball.
Correct.
Quite frankly. And Theo Jackson's kind of been the one that has been surprising to me. I thought he would be generating some buzz similar to Matthew Butler after the senior season that he had, but you just haven't heard his name out there like Matthew Butler's. At least I haven't.
No, I mean I haven't either.
So I think you asked me during the break which player needs to have the best pro day. I would probably say Theo, just because of that lack of buzz. I think Cade would really need to benefit from a good pro day. Because, I mean, just looking at his NFL page, NFL.com page right now, his weaknesses that they list: missed multiple games due to injury in 3 of his 4 seasons, struggled with guard assignments in 2020, lacks technique on double teams and down blocks, can maintain a wider base through engagement. Athletic defenders take advantage of his forward lean. Pass protection can be too straight-legged. Needs to punch with faster, more efficient hands. So out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bullet points that NFL.com lists as a weakness, I mean, 5 of them are technique-based. So tomorrow when scouts and I don't know how many.
Coach, you have some coaches working them out.
Well, you think coaches will show up tomorrow?
Yeah, you have assistant coaches.
What about head coaches? I'd be surprised if a head coach shows up.
Yeah, I'll be surprised.
Maybe Mike Vrabel.
I was about to say him, maybe, because it's close.
Right, but
he likes Knoxville.
Yeah, he does love Knoxville. And Titans could use an offensive lineman, so it wouldn't surprise me. And Mike Vrabel's known to go to these pro days and lead the workout. So that's where Cade can really benefit and have a big day is, and even with a position coach as well, obviously, there will be plenty of position coaches. But whatever position coach, or if Vrabel shows up, or whatever head coach shows up, and that coach takes over for whatever Cade is doing and runs Cade through drills, if Cade can show that his fundamentals are better in person than what they appear to be on tape, then he could make a team fall in love with him.
Yeah, I mean, had a chance to come back. Decided not to. I think he comes back and he shows that he is more durable. Probably would have been in his best interest, but you never really fought anyone like a Cade who has played multiple years and just wants to get to the league and prove it at that level. But today, and answering questions from the media tomorrow when he actually is performing on field are huge for him. So our Vols, man, trying to get to the next level. And that's one of the things that is very important for Tennessee football. Very important. Like, don't downplay how important today and tomorrow is. Just because it may not be the type of player that you want to see, understand that this is a very important piece of recruiting for Tennessee. It's good to get Nico to commit. It's good to have all these crystal balls for certain players. That's great. That's awesome. But like I've said on this program before, you're going to have to show that you can get guys to the league. The numbers are great. The excitement is great. But once that wears off, what are you selling in recruits? You better be able to sell them that you can get guys in the league. So this is a very, very, very important time for our program. When you're doing on-the-field technique work, it's going to reflect on Glendale LaBee if you are Cade Mays. When you're doing on-field work, if you're Alante Taylor or Theo Jackson, it's going to reflect on Willie Martinez. And having a guy like Willie Martinez that's experienced, these scouts know Willie's time at Tennessee before or his time at Georgia. And so they know, like, most of the time guys come into the league and they usually are prepared. They usually are developed. If you are not under Willie Martinez, they look at you and go, well, something's wrong with that player. Like, scouts not only scout players, but they know these coaches. They know that, okay, 70% of the time, these guys that we get from this particular coach usually comes in and he's ready to go. And when you're not, it reflects poorly on the player. So this is a huge, we're not talking about it a lot. We haven't, but this is a very, very important time.
Yeah, it's boring. At least it is to me. Maybe that's just a me problem. But you are still very correct in saying that it is very important for Tennessee because, quite frankly, Tennessee needs more guys in the league. And we've talked about it in terms of recruiting, but what recruits care about is getting to the league. Getting to the league and making some money while in college. That's what guys care about. That is the premise of their decision. Those are the two basic things. Everything else is cherry on top.
Which is okay.
Yes. Tennessee's tradition, Tennessee's fan support, so on and so forth, playing in the SEC. Well, playing in the SEC applies towards helping you get to the next level.
Yeah, because, the SEC puts the most guys in the league and has the best competition, and everybody wants to play against the best so he can be the best.
Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this is very important. We need Matthew Butler to get drafted and Alante Taylor and Cade Mays and to be drafted fairly high. We need Theo Jackson to carve out a nice little career. Javante Payton, make a team somehow. Tennessee needs that because they need more guys in the league to sell it in recruiting.
Bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Man, you're a smart guy.
Try to be.
Vol Grizz Cubs says a few Cowboy shows I listen to have mentioned Cade.
Cowboys. Cade's going to get drafted. It's just a matter of when. I don't think it's going to be as high as he thought when he decided to leave early.
I think we all have high hopes when we make that transition from college to pro.
I know I did when I made that transition. I had high hopes.
I mean, you did. You still do. I mean, you just went pro in something different in sports, just like the NCAA commercial.
You have to have high hopes for a living.
Who sings that song?
I don't know.
Bulldog Brian says either that or $8 billion NIL deals. Just kidding. That $8 billion deal has not been confirmed.
Yeah, Bulldog Brian.
It has not been confirmed.
And listen, I know you don't want to talk about players getting paid. You want to talk about that Ford Raptor that Nolan Smith was rocking? As the number one overall player in the country, has a brand new, I think it was 2019 at the time, brand new white 2019 Ford Raptor with with black rims.
Let me ask you something, Ben. Was that pre-NIL or post-NIL?
Pre.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Pre-NIL. and then they had to quickly come out and say that the parents are very wealthy. Yeah, I bet they are now after dealing with Kirby.
Mm-hmm. Hit the lottery.
I know you know what talk Bulldog, Brian. Don't make us call Rush Probst.
Bro, you know he can't wait to spill the beans. 865-255-03. Stay with us.
For what? Is coming up on the Swain Event.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue, the search is over.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy. If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill, or call 865-693-5400.
I know missing the show live is a bummer, but don't fret. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Awesome!
All right, let's get to Jay on the Irish Networks hotline, 865-255-03. Jay, good morning, sir.
Fellas, good morning.
What is up?
Swain, man, I tell you what, this week ain't going to be easy for me, brother.
This weekend?
I said this week won't.
Why? What's up?
Well, I mean, I think we all know why. You know, I mean, my favorite show is going off the air. And,
It'll be on next week from 12 to 3.
12 to 3?
It ain't the same show, Ben.
Swain will be on next week, 12 to 3.
It ain't
Monday
the same,
through Friday.
It ain't the same show. It's not this show.
Hey, let me ask you something, Ben. Are you going to be on the show with him?
No.
No. Then it ain't the Swain event. It's just, I'm just sad. I'm happy for Swain, and Ben, I'm going to be happy for you. I hope things work out for you, but
appreciate it.
Yeah, so whatever.
I'm sorry, Jay.
I know, buddy. Are we the Miami Hurricanes of college baseball?
Yep.
From the early 2000s, yes.
Because we seem to talk a lot of trash.
I love it.
Oh man, I mean, is that normal, Ben? I love watching this team, Ben, but I'm not a baseball guy. I mean, is this normal? Every time we do something, we turn around and start talking to the other team's fan base, and we're hitting home runs and letting the players know about it, the other team know about it when we're rounding the bases. I mean, is this normal? Is that like normal in baseball, or is Tennessee kind of rubbing people the wrong way?
It's normal to an extent. Baseball players very much have a cockiness to them, and for the most part, most baseball players have a very interesting personality. That they are fun to cover. But this Tennessee baseball team is a little more than your typical baseball shenanigans that go on. But like this weekend at Ole Miss, Like, you had 11,000 people at the beginning of the game. They were all gone by the 5th inning, and then didn't show up on Sunday, even though they all bought tickets for it. They were all running their mouth. And then you had one of their players running their mouth, and you've got national media members saying that Tennessee's offense only scores a lot of runs because they hit home runs in Williamsport, referring to Lindsey Nelson Stadium as the home stadium of the Little League World Series. For anybody who doesn't know what Williamsport is, that's where they play the Little League World Series. And they said that that's where Tennessee plays its home games, and that's the only reason the offense scores runs. And then they come out on Friday night in one of the meccas of college baseball, and they put up 5 home runs. And then Saturday and Sunday, they combined for 27 hits and didn't get a single home run, didn't hit a single home run, and still scored 14 runs. So when you combine all those things, you're gonna talk back. I think any of us would. So Tennessee had some extra motivation this weekend.
Yeah. Well, and I heard Wilkerson say that the difference between Ole Miss's stadium and Lindsey Nelson is not that much. Like, what is there really that big of a difference between our stadium and some of the, in terms of just size? I mean, are we really just that much smaller of a field than everyone? I would figure you would have to meet some sort of standard.
In baseball dimensions, yes, Tennessee is pretty smaller than most every other school.
Just because they don't have room, I guess.
Yes, they don't have room. They don't have room in the outfield. They can't expand it unless they get rid of that road back there. But here's what I don't understand, Jay, is everybody wants to complain about it, yet all these teams come in here to Lindsey Nelson Stadium and they aren't hitting home runs.
I don't see y'all smacking it over the fence.
Now, part of that is because of the great job Tony Vitello and Frank Anderson have done since getting here and recognizing that they need power pitching to prevent other teams from taking advantage of it. And they have certainly put together a ton of great pitching staffs over their years here. So that has helped, and they get credit for recognizing the dimensions of their home stadium and making sure that other teams wouldn't use it to their advantage against them.
Do we have the pitching staff to compete for a championship?
Not compete. They've got it. They've got the pitching staff to win it.
They do.
Yes, they have the best pitching staff in the country right now.
That's unreal. Tony Vitello has got to be the best recruiter on that campus that Philip Fulmer or Pat Summit. I don't even know if Coach Summit was a great recruiter. She was like God. She didn't really even have to recruit. She probably just said, "Here, I'll take you." But Coach Fulmer in his prime was he was a hellacious recruiter, and Vitello may be the best since him.
Campus? Tony Vitello's the best recruiter in the country right now.
Of any sport, maybe.
He's got to be.
Think about it, Jay. Like, it's not, hyperbole. Like, think about it. Our facilities are bad.
Yeah.
We don't have history like that in baseball.
No.
And Tony Vitello is out here out recruiting the Arkansas of the world and other major programs. And he has built a powerhouse team in just a few months.
With Vanderbilt 2 hours west.
Yeah, in the SEC. Like,
who many who follow the sport believe to be the best ran college baseball program in the country.
Yes.
2 hours and 20 minutes west.
It's probably the best league of any sport in college athletics.
Softball would like a word, but you got to split hairs between softball and baseball. Softball and baseball, just because of how prominent softball and baseball is in the South, literally as I'm saying this, SEC softball pops up on SportsCenter top 10 plays here in the studio. But just because of how prominent baseball and softball is in the South, it's reciprocated in the conferences at the college level. I mean, they're juggernauts. Absolute juggernauts, SEC softball and SEC baseball.
Well, hopefully we'll get them a good stadium. I know Danny White had a lot to do with the renovations over at Ole Miss when he was there, and
help build that stadium.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll get him a proper stadium to recruit to and proper facilities. And there's a lot of good talent, even in East Tennessee. There's some good baseball talent here.
Yep.
And, you know, I don't know why I've never been into baseball, but I love watching this team play. And it gives you something to do in the March and early summer months instead of just wondering when football is going to start. But they're just a fun team to watch, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I am as well. Baseball's my favorite sport. Always has been. College football's my. How do I word this? College football is like my favorite sport to get involved in and do the deep dive. I don't really know
Your
how I'm
second
trying to.
Favorite?
No, well, it's like baseball's my favorite like sport, like in terms of playing it. But in terms of like entertainment value, SEC football is my favorite, if that makes sense.
Yes.
That's how I am, Ben. My favorite is to play basketball. My favorite to watch and follow is football. But now we ain't been to the college football playoff yet, but losing in the NCAA tournament hurts worse than losing a bowl game for me. Even though I love football way more than anything, I love football. But now we get to the college football playoff and lose, that, call me and we'll see how I feel then. But losing in the tournament, there's just something about losing in that tournament, man. It rips my soul out. I hate it.
Yeah, I was more frustrated after losing to Michigan than I was losing to Purdue in the Music City Bowl.
Yeah, and I was frustrated after that Purdue loss. I thought we just got hosed on some things.
Yeah, that Purdue loss was really frustrating because, like you said, not only did we feel like Tennessee got hosed on some things, but you also knew that Tennessee didn't play all that well. Tennessee's offense didn't really play all that well, even though it put up a lot of points. It felt like they left a lot of points on the board. So that Purdue loss was really frustrating for a lot of reasons. But NCAA tournament, thinking Tennessee has a legitimate shot to make a run at a Final Four, and they did. That loss was more frustrating.
Well, I'm going to get off here, guys. I've been loving these practice videos. I love seeing Ronnie Garner just chew those kids out. It's hilarious.
It's even more hilarious in person.
Oh, my gosh, man. He don't mess around, man. Yeah, it's awesome. But I'll call you guys later this week, though.
All right, see you.
Rodney, you'll be on the other side of the football facility and hear Rodney yelling at his defensive line, word for word.
I haven't seen an offensive line coach or defensive line coach that doesn't get intense like that.
Yeah.
Glenn Ellerby seems laid back, though.
But he still he can be intense when he needs to be. I've seen him get after the group. But for a offensive line coach, he is pretty laid back. Swain, I really don't think that it's hyperbole to say that Tony Vitello is the best recruiter in the entire country of any sport. I mean, what coach?
I'm not joking.
I'm not either. What coach is winning at his level with fewer resources? Don't worry, I'll wait.
I'm pulling Magic Johnson. I don't know, man. That's why I said it. That's why I said it, man. I really, really feel that way. 865-255-03. Be right back.
For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Voted Best Barbecue in City View Magazine and a top 100 barbecue restaurant in the country, Dead End is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering and local delivery with Valet Gourmet. That's right, you can have Dead End brought to you. Can't think of the spread for your next event? Get Dead End to cater it. Check them out online, deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Eight 255-255-03. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Always Vol says I've never watched or followed Tennessee baseball until Tony, when he did the lemonade stand, I was like, what is this? And since then, I've been a baseball fan. It's like he's one of us. I've never seen a coach fit in so well with a college sport. I think Tony Vitello fits in. I think Rick Barnes fits in. And it's crazy because they're different in their own way. But Rick Barnes fits in too. I mean, this is the Bible Belt. Last time I checked, there's a church on every corner. And the impact that Rick Barnes has made in the community, him not being apologetic for leading with his faith. As different as Rick Barnes and Tony Vitello are, like, they both fit like a glove. Evil says, I think we forget just how great of a hire Danny White has turned out to be. I just want to know, have y'all apologized to Danny White? People that was throwing them flames at Danny? Have those same people, have you apologized yet?
Have you gotten over it? Have they gotten over it?
I guess so. I guess they just forgot. People throw them flames, but
Right.
when they proved to be wrong, have you apologized? Because I remember Danny White was public enemy #1 at some point.
By some.
By some, yeah. By some, not all. Not all.
Are you dying over there?
I think so. I'm okay though. Coffee will fix it.
Will it?
Yep. Vaultville says all of our teams are so much fun to watch. I also love to watch their interviews. They are quality young men and women that make you feel like you're a part of it with them. Shout out to our coaches for the quality of people and athletes they are bringing into our university to represent the Power T. Bulldog Brian says, don't worry about losing in the football playoffs for a while. Tennessee won't get there for at least 5 years. All right, Bulldog Brian. Yeah, you're borderline talking trash, even though you're right. You're right. Vol P58, Tony Vitello has gotten more fans invested from his time here. He got Swain talking more baseball. I've never been into baseball, but I find myself watching the Vols when they're on TV. It's awesome.
Love it.
Is there any SEC team that can challenge Tennessee?
Yeah, it's the SEC. Florida can. Arkansas can. Vanderbilt can. I'd say those are the ones that present the most challenges. I would say Mississippi State, but they look much different than they did preseason because of some injuries that have taken place on their pitching staff. Their best arm is done for the year. I thought you said coffee was going to fix it.
It take a little time to kick in.
Dying over there on me. really is going to be the end of the Swain event this week. Because Swain's dead. Swain's dying. But State looks a lot different. So there are teams that can challenge Tennessee, and Tennessee's going to have a series loss. It's SEC baseball. It's going to happen at some point. I don't know who. Tennessee's better than everybody, but it'll still happen. It just is what it is. But there are some teams that can challenge them.
Ace heard me over here. Coffee. He was like, "Yo, you good? You good?" Ace came in here. I'm good, man. I'm good. Be all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah. SC VFL says, how are this many people not into baseball? Because baseball's boring.
Shut up. Nobody asked you.
That's why.
Nobody asked you. Just stay to yourself. Don't answer that question. Go to the next one.
I'm just saying.
Nobody asked you.
Like, if it wasn't for Tony Vitello, I would not be watching baseball.
No matter what if Dave Serrano was #1 in the country. It's not because of Tony Vitello. It's because Tony Vitello is winning. If Tony Vitello was losing, everybody would hate his shenanigans or just not care. It's because Tennessee is winning.
People's living up on Tony Vitello at the beginning of last season before Tennessee took that major turn.
Because the year prior, during the COVID year, they looked like they were going to go to Omaha because they were winning.
Well, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with you.
If Tennessee,
it's all centered around winning. We know that.
Yes, even as much as people love Tony Vitello, had Tennessee lost to Ole Miss this weekend, we would have mentioned it, had a conversation about it yesterday, and we still will not be talking about it.
I mean, listen, you ain't wrong, man.
I know I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong.
Well, hold on now. It's all centered around winning. Everything is better when you're winning. We understand that. That's what matters more than anything else. Yes, Ben, I do understand that. Here in a little bit, Austin Price is going to join us. He's going to bless us with his presence. I feel so lucky.
You know, it's just a great day when Austin joins us.
Bulldog Brown doesn't see Tennessee losing.
Bulldog Brown, stop hyping us up. Although Bulldog Brown's team had a rough weekend in Lexington, Kentucky. The quote number 17 team in the country lost 18-4 on Sunday, and lost the series to the unranked Cats.
Darthval says, how in the hell did you not grow up playing baseball? Either you live in the sticks or had to work on the farm. I played baseball for 1 year.
He thought it was boring. He was picking the grass out in the outfield. He sat down, crisscrossed applesauce, and was picking the grass.
They got hit in the face with a ball, and that was it. Yeah, I'm good.
My dad hit me in the face with a baseball one time.
Yeah, I played basketball and football, and that's what I love more. Now, my high school baseball team trying to get me to come out and play.
They just wanted you to run.
They just wanted me to come in and pinch run. I was like, listen, I ain't got time to be sitting in the dugout eating sunflower seeds for 3 hours just to come in and pinch run.
What else did you have to do? Probably would have kept you out of trouble.
Come on now. I had plenty of things to do in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of things to do. Better than sitting in the dugout for 3 hours.
But see,
dipping.
It would have improved your standing with the females, which is what you were referencing, because chicks love baseball players.
Well,
baseball may be boring, but ladies love baseball players more than football players or basketball players.
That's a lie.
Girls love the quarterback.
That's a lie.
But in totality, girls love baseball players more than they love football players, and that's a fact.
At what school?
Every school.
Well, that's a lie.
That's a fact.
I don't know where you heard that from.
They love the quarterback, but aside from the quarterback, they love baseball players more.
I don't know where you heard that from.
Everyone.
I went to the University of Tennessee. I went to official visits.
And I can tell you that the Tennessee baseball team is pulling more girls right now than the Tennessee football team.
Well, that's their fault. They ain't got no game. They get some game.
Because baseball players, they get out there in their pants. Girls are checking them out.
Football guys got...
But you can't see it like up close.
Oh, my God.
Because you're in the stands.
Now you're getting crazy. Talking about baseball players getting more ladies than the football players.
Well, that's a fact, bruh. What time's Austin coming on, now or later?
Right now.
Okay, so taking a break, or are we going straight to him?
We'll take a break.
Okay.
Quick break.
Quick break.
Vaudeville says, Ben McKee is 100% right. Baseball players and hockey players.
Stop. I don't know about hockey players. See, now you're not helping me there.
Volstorm says, BS. That's BS. Look at Ben.
I know Volstorm ain't talking about looks.
There it is. Mr. White X5 says, Ben smoking some good this morning.
You don't want to read Vol and Birmingham's comment, huh?
I'm getting there.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You're reading the ones that help you.
I just said, Vaudeville said McKee is 100% right. Von Birmingham says, chick love the long ball, Ben. ATL VFL says, Ben is right. Ladies like baseball players best.
That's right, because we do it the best.
I've been around in school. I didn't see the baseball players getting more ladies than the football players.
Please.
I didn't see that.
Julio Bourbon was raking them up. JP Aaron Sevilla.
He probably was.
Was raking them up.
He probably was. All right, AP. I'm with Big Orange 123. Let's get you to come in here and save the show. You talk about recruiting.
That's the first question. AP. Chicks love baseball players, football players more. Although AP's not the right person to ask.
He's the wrong person to ask. Hour 3 will continue after this.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. The new year is here and it's the 2022 East Tennessee real estate season. As I always do, I'm going to shoot straight with you. If you have a home to sell, then you need to give me a call ASAP. Inventory is low and I will get you the most money possible and more than you think trying to sell it on your own. If you are a seller that also needs to buy a home, you need to call me ASAP, as there are ways I can help you manage that situation and stay in your home until we find what you want. If you are looking to buy, you need to call me ASAP. You absolutely need someone on your side to help navigate the current waters, and you need someone that's going to do their homework and find homes that aren't on the market yet. Bottom line, you need to call me today ASAP. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897. If you are buying, selling, or considering investing in real estate this year, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols!
Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you. Because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. It's time to get with Austin Price of VolQuest.com. He joins us via the Irish Networks hotline. His time is brought to you by Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give her a call, 865-257-7897. AP, good morning.
This is what I call the appetizer AP appearance for the week. The main course will be Friday for the final regular Swain event.
Why? Why Friday? You gonna drop some recruiting news?
You never know, Swain. I may drop recruiting news on Friday. I may drop a huge nugget on Friday. It's a reason to tune in.
Is Nico going to commit again?
No, he's not.
He's gonna recommit?
But you never know what may happen.
So Kyler Casper's committing Friday.
I didn't say that.
Carnell Tate, you said?
He's not going to. He doesn't visit for another full week after Friday. So.
Brew McCoy is going to commit on Friday.
You never know. The timing could work out perfectly for that. It might not. Who knows?
You're going to get Brew, or as I like to call him, you're going to get Bruh on a 3-way phone call and have him announce his commitment here on the show.
Bruh McCoy.
We gotta get clearance on calling him Bruh.
If he's a real bruh, he'll be okay with it.
I do believe that if Brew McCoy ends up picking Tennessee, Jason will like the number he wears in the fall.
I like that. He better be a baller, though. If he ain't a baller, you're going to have to call him by his real name.
Be the best wide receiver wearing number 1, Kenny O'Neal.
Well, I was before Kenny O'Neal, so I don't feel that shade.
Be the best number 1 since Michael Pilardi, baby.
Hey, I was before him too, so whatever. If you said the best since Jason Witten, then I would feel that shade a little bit.
He's the best wearing number 1 since Ronald Davis.
There you go. There you go.
Who is Ronald Davis?
Who's Ronald Davis? I'm in the car with Hubs. Ben wants to know who Ronald Davis is. Hubs is shaking his head.
I've never heard of that name in my life.
It's time for a VolQuest meeting.
So it sounds like Hubs and Austin are making a road trip right now, Swain.
We're just going to breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You don't eat breakfast.
Y'all having breakfast with a recruit?
So we're just going to breakfast.
Y'all doing a commitment video with the recruit at breakfast? Man, that's gonna be legendary. You dropping it on Friday.
I'm passing a road sign right now, though.
You're doing the Eric Musselman. Get a McDonald's biscuit. 3 McDonald's All-Americans.
Let's go, Austin. Thank you, man. Thank you for confirming that. Where is Tennessee with Kyler Casper?
I think Tennessee is, I would say, call them escalating quickly in that recruitment. I think Kyler's interest in Oregon really predicated on, I think he thought Nico was going to go to Oregon, and Nico's not going to Oregon. So I think that, next week's visit is massive because I think if you can really impress the family, impress Tyler Casper, then, I think Tennessee can take a huge step towards being in the pole position to land him.
Is Kyler Casper comfortable going across town, going across the country to play football, or he wants to be on the West Coast?
No, I think he's very comfortable going, across the country. I mean, you got to factor in. He's not going to play at Arizona State. And, Oregon is a flight from, Phoenix. So, he's going to be, taking a flight wherever he goes to school. So, not a whole lot of difference between Tennessee and Oregon as far as, flight time. I mean, what, you're talking about an hour and a half, thereabouts. So, it's not a big deal. So, no, I think he's very comfortable, venturing out.
All these offensive players we have been talking about, Nico and Casper, what about the defensive players that Tennessee are pursuing?
Well, I think Tennessee's in a good spot with a guy like Nathan Robinson. They're continuing to trend well there. They're continuing to trend well with guys like Caleb Herring. Shadavian Bradley from Missouri, he's someone that, popped up yesterday, one of the Oklahoma Riders at 24/7, put a prediction in for him. Talked to Sean Davion last night, and he likes Tennessee a lot. I think Tennessee's in a really good spot for him, but he's also not close to doing anything. He told me that, it's still his plan to announce at the All-American game, in late December, early January. So if that's the case, then that one's got a long way to go. Tennessee, continues to, be right there to the top for a guy like Vic Burley. Rico Walker's coming in next weekend on the 9th. Talented defensive pass rusher. Rodney Garner recruited his dad many years ago. Coach Garner's a vet when he's starting to recruit, the kids of former kids he recruited.
Well, speaking of that, what about the portal as spring practice is kicked off and we're getting closer and closer to the end of the semester? Where is Tennessee as far as the transfer portal? Who are some guys that Tennessee eyeing? There's more and more players that enter this thing every single week.
Well, Quincy Riley visited last week. We'll see. Ole Miss is also taking a swing there at the MTSU transfer. A guy that Tennessee reached out to yesterday when he went in the portal is Damian Robinson. Now, Damian knows Caleb Williams really well. USC is going to be a factor. Oregon's trying to be a factor for Damian Robinson. But Tennessee, is still going to try to get him down here for a visit. We'll see if that happens. Think about it. I think he went and visited Caleb Williams before he ever went in the portal at USC. So he started connecting dots. That probably doesn't spell good news for anybody, except for maybe USC. But Tennessee's going to at least make some calls, take their shot, and see if they can get him down here for a visit. He visited unofficially, before he picked Maryland and signed with them out of high school. He visited down here under the previous staff, so he's been here before. His family's been here before. So he's knowledgeable about Knoxville, and so if he makes it to a visit, to me that tells me he's got some interest because he knows what's here.
What about Tyler Steen?
It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on there right now with Tyler Steen. Seems like it feels like it's not going to be Tennessee. Now again, it's the portal; anything can happen. He can still make it back here for an official visit, but it just doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of traction, at least not to me.
Another group of prospects were on campus this past weekend. What were the storylines that kind of stuck out to you?
Well, I mean, Tennessee offered 2026 defensive beast Tyler Atkinson. Tyler originally, yes, he's an 8th grader. If you look at him, there's Swain. He's bigger than you are. Okay,
dang.
He's a good looking kid. And he's a 2026. But he visited back in January and then came back up. Tennessee offered him when he was in town this past weekend. I look at a guy like Zach Myers. Tennessee continues to trend well for the Christ School product out of Asheville. And Tennessee continues to trend well for a guy like Brandon Strozier out of the state of Georgia. Another tall corner, 6'2", about 185 pounds. So, yeah, I mean, Tennessee, had some guys in this past weekend that, I think that they were positioned well with.
If I told you, or if I asked you to predict where you think this class would fall, we know the recruiting rankings are the recruiting rankings, but would you feel like Tennessee would fall between 1 and 5, or more likely between 5 and 10, with the start so far, then being able to get Nico, and then Nico going out and recruiting other players as well? You think Tennessee's going to fall in that 5 to 10 range, or 1 to 5 range?
Well, to be politically correct, I think the ceiling or the floor is top 10. I'll be stunned if Tennessee's class isn't in the top 10. I think the ceiling is top 5. When you start talking about country like that's so far, so far in the future. Who knows how this thing plays out and what happens? But can Tennessee get to be a top 5 class? Sure. They just have to continue to build on what they've done to this point, and they have to just continue to add pieces like a Kyler Casper. I think you're again positioned well with guys like Caleb Herring, who is a top 100 player across the board on most ranking systems, and so I mean, like, you're going to have guys that you naturally have ties to, that you land those and then sprinkle in the Caspers, the Vic Burleys, the Shondavion Bradleys, the Brandon Stroziers. That's how you go from 10 to 5.
Austin, we're a week into spring practice. What stood out to you so far?
That it's just like any other spring practice. I hate spring, man. It's just different. I mean, they're trying to get certain things done. Certain kids are out. I'll say this, in talking to people, it sounds like Tyler Barron is focused right now and has been way more consistent through the first handful of practices than he was a year ago. That's a good thing. And again, I go back to the old Jeff Blauser. Do you know who Jeff Blauser has been?
No. Braves.
Does he know who Jeff Blauser is? He didn't know who Ronald Davis was. But he had that huge contract year and then signed with the Cubs. The contract year for Tyler Barron, in his year, he wants to have a huge year and head off to the NFL. So, I think ultimately, you've got some guys that are like that, and you want to continue to see growth out of the defensive line and then see who steps up in the secondary.
Are you paying close attention to the NFL Pro Day coming up? And I know Cade did not bench press at the combine. We were talking.
He will tomorrow, though.
Yeah, we were talking about how important it is for him to do that tomorrow and show that he's durable and show that he can move in space and kind of impress those scouts.
Yeah, sources told me he did it 23 times the other day. So, anything over 20 for an offensive lineman is what you're looking for. So, the big thing about Cade is he does have extremely long arms for a guy that likely is to play inside at the next level. So, doing the bench press is a little more difficult for him because he's not as compact, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But, he will bench press tomorrow. He'll do some shuttle stuff. He will not run the 40 again. Tomorrow's a big day for a guy like Theo Jackson trying to run the 40. I mean, Alante Taylor, Bayless Jones, none of those guys are going to run because, why would you, do anything that could hurt what you did off the combine?
Are we really going to learn anything this spring about Tennessee football? I just don't know how you can have a sweeping judgment of the defense with the secondary being the way that it is. But even on the flip side of that, how can you truly assess the receivers or the passing game knowing what they're going up against in practice against a depleted secondary?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, seeing how kids practice, how they prepare. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's hard to have it. I don't know how many people I heard last year when Tennessee when people watched Tennessee go through spring ball, whether it be open practices, spring games, whatever. Just the staff judge. This defense is going to be atrocious. I mean, it wasn't a world beater, but for most of the year, Tennessee kind of held its own on the defensive side of the ball, and that's because they were able to get players back. And so the fact there's no secondary kind of compares last year to when they had no linebackers. Even though Tim Banks did bring up a good point, we at least know what we have in Kamal Haddon and Brandon Turnage and Deshaun Rucker and Warren Burrell. We didn't know what we had a year ago in Jeremy Banks or some of those linebackers that were out. And so, I don't know if you can make sweeping judgments, but I think, you can maybe see some improvement out of Jimmy Holiday, Jimmy Callaway, some of those guys. And only time will tell if they are actually going to be able to be a real factor. But, I think there's some hope, more hope right now than there was maybe even hope, when the season ended last year, that those guys can, make a play or two.
Sounds like a segment to me.
Well,
Austin Price.
I need you to ask Austin to make sure that Hubs is still going to want me back with VolQuest if I slap the Vandy Whistler this weekend.
Oh yeah. We got Ben on assignment. AP. We have showed him the Will Smith, Chris Rock, Oscar altercation. I want good form from Ben. The same form that Will Smith used. I want the Vandy Whistler. I want him slapped.
Ben, you'll be fired if you don't slap the Vandy Whistler this weekend.
There it is.
As Hub said, I'll just put my AirPods in. I've sat through a game with him in attendance before. It's it really gets annoying around the 7th or 8th inning. At the beginning, it's just like, okay, whatever. But the 7th, 8th, 9th inning towards the end of the game, it is miserable. Truly a nuisance.
This is a big weekend just because, Vanderbilt, they've been the dominant program in this state in baseball for so many years now, and they're positioned as being threatened by the newly minted number one team in the country, and Vanderbilt's coming off that series loss to South Carolina. You're going to get Vanderbilt's best, in my opinion. Now, is that good enough to win the series for Vanderbilt? I don't know, but I don't believe Tennessee can just waltz in and just get a win. I think they're going to have to play good baseball.
You predicted a sweep.
You're right, I did, because that's what people with big cojones do there, Ben.
Then why did you do it?
They go out on a limb. They go out on a limb and take what most people aren't taking.
If you have big cojones, wouldn't you fall if you went out on the limb? Because the limb would be too.
Hey, listen, we're not trying to be rocket scientists here, guys. Quit thinking about all the math involved and the weight of the limb and all that. Just roll with it.
Do you think ladies prefer baseball players or football players?
Baseball players.
Ha!
Got some losers.
Got them. What does Hubs think? What Hubs think? Chicks prefer baseball players or football players?
They want to know: do chicks prefer baseball players or football players? He's thinking. This is terrible radio right now, Brent. Just give us an answer. Baseball.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I should have played baseball there back in the day.
You should have pinch run when you were asked to.
Nah, I was good.
Yep. You could have been Kenny Lofton playing.
I could have been.
Actually more like Marquise Grissom.
Could have been.
No, he would have been more like Tywan Malone, who's currently playing at Ole Miss.
Hey, I did love that Tony Vitello threw out Tywan Malone and his football exploits and baseball exploits during his interview. That was outstanding.
Y'all be careful with y'all commitment video and traveling. Man, y'all going off a long way for some breakfast.
I know. You've been in the car for 20 minutes. Are you still not at the breakfast spot?
My goodness.
Well, there's a great little place down in Harriman that Hub's taking me to go eat breakfast. So we're just traveling down the road.
Man, it must be a famous place. I'm sure it's not. I'm surprised it's not on Food Network on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. My goodness, I never heard of a place in Harriman.
Hey Ben, can you tell me what former ball is from Harriman?
Nope.
Jermaine Copeland.
Jermaine Copeland.
One of the goats. One of the goats. All right, you guys be careful. Thanks for the time, AP.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
See you. Austin Price, VolQuest.com. Here in the program, his time is brought to you by Jennifer Morris. Give her an email at jennifermorris865@gmail.com or give her a call, 865-257-7897. 865-257-7897 is the number to Jennifer Morris.
I will say, it does make sense if they're still in the car looking for breakfast, because Austin does like to sit in McDonald's drive-thrus for about an hour.
We will take a quick timeout. Hour number 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Stay with us.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Voted Best Barbecue in City View Magazine and a top 100 barbecue restaurant in the country, Dead End is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering and local delivery with Valet Gourmet. That's right, you can have Dead End brought to you. Can't think of the spread for your next event? Get Dead End to cater it. Check them out online, deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. The new year is here and it's the 2022 East Tennessee real estate season. As I always do, I'm going to shoot straight with you. If you have a home to sell, then you need to give me a call ASAP. Inventory is low and I will get you the most money possible and more than you think trying to sell it on your own. If you are a seller that also needs to buy a home, you need to call me ASAP, as there are ways I can help you manage that situation and stay in your home until we find what you want. If you are looking to buy, you need to call me ASAP. You absolutely need someone on your side to help navigate the current waters, and you need someone that's going to do their homework and find homes that aren't on the market yet. Bottom line, you need to call me today ASAP. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897. If you are buying, selling, or considering investing in real estate this year, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols!
Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing,
stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Let's get to the Iris Networks hotline. Let's bring in the gobbler, Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm trying to get this earwigs turned off. I swear it gives me a fit. You know, I had worked on getting a way that I could listen to you guys from Turkey Blind, and I went to the Harbor Freight, I believe it was. Got me a box, ammo like box. Put a battery in it. Hooked me up a couple electronic hookups there where I could charge my phone, and so I could carry it with me. I could take it to the woods and put it in the blind and charge my phone and have my earwigs. I could listen to you and all that. So, I put an effort to be able to stay on course.
63 effort, Turkey Man.
I did. Yeah, I sure did. Hey, but I was wondering, just going down memory lane, Swain Event.
Yes, sir.
What would be the top 10? Number one, what would be the top 10 or off your head of shows you guys had? I'm going back to Seth and even before that, if you want to, because you've been on radio a while now. But I was thinking about that, and also I was wondering if it'd be a possibility that some of those great shows of the past, that you could play them during this period of time, announce we're going to have maybe Johnny Majors come to mind, memory to Pat Summit, different things that you could play at podcast during this period of time that some of us could get weaned off, that we listen to you on a regular basis.
Yeah, the Johnny Majors podcast, that's pinned on my Twitter profile. The other ones I do not know where they are, because we podcast them, then they kind of cycle through and kind of fall off after you post months of other podcasts. So, but the Johnny Majors one is pinned. I don't know, Turkey Man, the top 10 shows. I mean, I have no clue. We've done so many shows, and Seth was the original. Like he was there kind of at the beginning. I mean, when I first named the shows,
he was doing being spot there for a while, and then he fell in as your co-host there. But best I remember. But he was more of a come in as a sound guy and kind of set things in order that way. But I tell you what, there's been some good ones. I mean, some that we've laughed and cried. And first time I come on Twitter, and after I was followed my first professional game or first game off Twitter, and I paused the TV to go do something and didn't remember to fast forward. So when I was following Twitter, in the game, the Twitter was about 2 minutes ahead. And I thought, man, I don't bet, but, this is a guaranteed thing here going on. And I realized that I had done what I did, but there's been some nice ones.
It has. No, it has been Turkey Man.
I'll get out of here.
It has been. Rudy Vol 98 says, is Keaton participating in the pro day?
No, he's going to be starting receiver next year.
No, he's not.
What?
You watch Brew McCoy roll up with that number 1 jersey, starting on the other side of Cedric Tillman, like we predicted. So hush. Chip, appreciate you, man. Also said about Brew McCoy that since he's in a good spot, and if he comes here, he'll be probably wearing number 1, which means
he's coming.
He should be coming. I mean, he can't turn down opportunity to wear the orange 1. Come on now. I'm sure that's what pushed Brew McCoy over the edge. And it's funny to me that the number 1 jersey was preserved for Brew this whole entire time because no freshman was given the number 1 jersey when they got here in January. Makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, people could have figured that out months ago. They didn't need us to kind of point that out, but you could have figured that out a long time ago. You have a recruiting class, a number 1 jersey is open, and no one was given the jersey? Should have told you something right now that someone else is going to get it who wasn't here at the time. Jennifer Moore says, baseball boys is where it's at. Sorry, Jason. Whatever. Whatever, Jennifer. Whatever. It's all good. Nelson from Jackson says, Matt Jones ordering McDonald's and insulting the employee is definitely a top 5. Yeah, I was being nice. I should have gave Matt Jones the business that day. But I'm a nice guy. Who's on the phone?
DR Vol.
I am nice. DR Vol, good morning.
Yeah, that's probably top 3 for me was that Matt Jones interview. Can't stand the guy. He showed his true colors that day.
That day?
Well, he exposed himself.
Every day he opens up Twitter, he exposes himself. And he did that far before that day.
Yeah, just not a very good individual, or kind of a rude individual. I would say he's not good.
He's from Kentucky.
He knows what he's
expect?
doing. Yeah, that's exactly right. He knows what he's doing. He knows how bald Twitter is and all that. He likes to work the crowd. Just like that J-Rod guy.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to all that.
And he gets you to bite, sink, and swim every single time.
Every time he gets you.
No, I've learned with Matt Jones. I've got him muted. I don't even go after him. I went after him once because he had I don't remember what it was. I have to go back and look, but he had a tweet that basically was a lie because of something he had said about 2 months prior. But other than that, I haven't really went after the guy.
Did you quote
I'm not a
tweet it
McDonald's
with the?
employee.
Did you quote tweet it with the fact 1,000 times on your Twitter?
Yes. I didn't rap though, so maybe it didn't come across.
Thank you.
Rapping would be more effective than tweeting about it 1,000 times on everybody's timeline.
I don't know how effective it'd be, but it definitely get a lot of views.
At least Andy's raps are only 2 minutes long, whereas you're taking up everybody's timeline for an entire 3 hours.
Kind of like your baseball tweets, huh?
Yeah, that everybody loves.
I will agree with that, guys. Sad week. This show kind of reminds me of Rick Barnes. Honestly, you are letting us down in March.
Hey man, you gonna leave Rick Barnes alone?
Also, what day is Friday?
It's in April, but we got the news,
okay.
and we know it's going away right now.
April the 1st.
And it's March today.
Just wait till we pull an. I can't even say it. Just wait till we pull an April Fool's joke on you Friday. April Fools! It's not happening.
It's not a joke.
No, what the beauty of it be would say, yeah, our last show is April 1st, and y'all just don't go on air Friday. That would be the better joke.
Yeah, that would be wrong and unprofessional.
I think we should do it.
No.
I need to get to
Guys,
Nashville.
I am sad to see it go. That I've got a framed picture of y'all two with my kids. A lot of good memories on the show, and it sucks. It's I'm not somebody who likes change at all. I'm not very well at adapting and overcoming. So I'm again, if we put this to a vote, I'm voting no on this move.
No, I understand, man. And change is hard. I mean, it's a lot of changes going on in our household. We've been used to doing something for doing the morning show and everyone's routine for 8 years, and so there's some hurdles that we have to kind of overcome too. So it's it's in the best interest of Ben and myself, and it's a long-term move that's going to benefit us both. So we had to make the move. We had to. And we've talked about it, like, okay, what if this happens? Like we've probably talked about it a couple times in the course of 3 or 4 years, and it just kind of, the opportunity kind of finally presented itself. And honestly, at first I was like, yeah, I don't see us going anywhere. We good. And then some hurdles were cleared and some barriers were thrown out of the way, and so here we are. So.
Well, just a lot of memories. I remember when my son first started talking. I don't remember what the commercial was you had playing, but he got to mimic it in the morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Come on. Yeah, and stuff like that. I can't go by Smoothie King without in my head. Don't forget the peanut butter. It's funny. You don't realize how much a 3-hour show impacts your part of your everyday routine. So I'm definitely going to miss it, but I'm looking forward to knowing if my application to be a caller at your new show goes through. I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, man, you got it. You and Ben can do an afternoon show.
No.
We call it the Ben Event.
Nobody would listen.
The Ben Event. Then we'll be competing against each other if you did that.
You're not on the show, so nobody would listen.
Which that would be smart. That would be smart to compete.
Unsmart for you.
ATF VFL says 3 is saved for Eric Gray 2. I don't know about all that. I don't know. That would be great though. That would be great. It's funny how people try to downplay how good he was when he left, but now he's good again. Oh, man. I love humans. Riley Vall says, what did AP say about Brew?
You have to go back and listen. Podcast will be up shortly.
Oh, Riley Vall, you got to have ear discipline. Big Shot Rob says, Ben, a lot of people listen to you. Stop the cap. That's right, man. People listen.
Big Shot Rob's the one that's got all the juicy nuggets, the juicy rumors. Big Shot Rob needs a show.
He does. He does need a show. Bulldog Brian asked about coming to the Georgia game and meeting. Bulldog Brian, I'm not coming to an away team or an away game until I know we gonna win against Georgia,
gonna
Alabama.
win this year.
I need to feel more confident.
I will be there, Bulldog Brian.
Because I know me.
If you would like to meet up, hit me up on Twitter, and I'd love to meet you.
I know me. Ain't nobody gonna be yelling in my ear, barking, spilling drinks on me, and me not say anything and do anything.
All right, Will Smith.
That ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna say, keep my balls out your blanket mouth.
I said, keep. It was the second one that really did it. He said it the first time, and the second one.
Keep my balls out your blanket mouth. Out of it.
I really wish the camera would have stayed on Will and Jada the whole time, because Will was laughing, and then there was a change in there somewhere. I wish we could have captured the look that Jada was giving him.
He was laughing at first.
And where his mind Where did that flip switch? I wish we had video of that. Maybe he was still laughing at the last joke.
He was laughing at that joke. Jay's about to.
Look at D'Anthony Melton on his head. He's too little. The Warriors are too little.
It's a foul, too.
Beat him by 50.
Nobody played for the Warriors.
Nobody played for the Grizzlies. Ja and Jaren was out. What you got to say now? I saw your little lips pucker up because you knew I had you. Go and keep strolling on that text box.
You got me. You got me.
Dear Vol, I agree with you.
Don't start. I'm going to really Will Smith you. 865-255-03. Don't even start. That will not happen.
Saturdays are going to be great in the fall, just like the old days.
Stop.
Also, can we take a minute to pray for C-Mac and Raleigh Vol? NC State lost last night. So prayers to NC Mac and Raleigh Vol. He said he missed AP's call earlier because he was still crying over the women's loss last night.
The thing that's so frustrating is North Carolina State 32-3. They're the number 1 seed, and that was a home game for UConn last night. It was a home game.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, all they talked about was UConn the whole entire time. I mean, the more deserving team was NC State coming into that game. Now, Paige Beckers, she is a bucket. She's a bucket.
Forget her.
She is Diana Taurasi. She is the next Diana Taurasi.
Forget her.
She's special. Man.
And Avina and all them other UConn ladies.
She's special.
Forget them.
Whatever. She's special.
She's got a UConn jersey.
You can't deny.
Or UConn on the front of her jersey. She's a bum.
You can't deny how special she is.
Bummy Miss Bumface.
She is special. She is special, Ben. 865-255-03. Let me see if we got anything good before we get up out of here.
She's only good because she plays for UConn. Okay.
She'll be good.
She's a system player.
She's a baller.
She's overrated.
God, she's so.
The only reason they won last night is because of the refs and playing a home game. The only reason. It's rigged.
BC1 Cam says this show got me through a divorce, a nasty custody battle, and the life after. I'm going to miss this morning show. Listen to this in the morning. It's like meeting up with family every morning. Love you guys. Hey, man, made me feel bad now.
You should feel bad. You're splitting up DR Vol. You're splitting up BC1 Cam. But on a serious note, BC1 Cam, glad you're doing well now, and thanks for the support over the years.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, we not dying or anything. Just want to let people know that. Like, the show is not going to be the same. Not going to be on every day in the mornings, but it'll just be that much better when we do the show once a week. So,
we'll see if your agent can work out a deal with mine.
All right. I had my wife talk to your wife.
I had Chris Lowe give me a shout out on Twitter, drove the price up.
Well, I'll tell my wife that when she talk to your wife. That's the real agents.
Yeah.
Swain Event, fueled by Daddy and Barbecue, Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. We will be back here, same time, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for Ben McKee. I'm Jason Swain. Peace and love. We are out.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Voted Best Barbecue in City View Magazine and a top 100 barbecue restaurant in the country, Dead End is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering and local delivery with Valet Gourmet. That's right, you can have Dead End brought to you. Can't think of the spread for your next event? Get Dead End to cater it. Check them out online, deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.